Okay, so I'm in Warwick at the moment, which is a beautiful country town. It's Sunday afternoon, so a lot of things are closed, but got my provisions. I'm going to head south a bit further and find a campground and, I don't know, park up for the night. All right, so let's get going. That seems to be a silly place for a monument. I've got a way, that's crazy. I wonder how many people are going to crash into that. I just put up to a village called Jennings, which I've never been to before, and I took a little bit of drone footage, so hopefully that came out well, because I haven't had much luck making sure that the SD card is in the back of this little boy. So one sec. Where? Go. Make sure we protect it. Be wonderful. They fold up really nicely, don't they? Nice little compact unit. Okay, so I've got to get a few things organized. Turn my controller off. I'll play around with it a little bit in a minute. I want to get myself situated here because I feel a little bit out of whack. The place is a mess right now. It drives me mental, really does. Yeah, anyway, it's not bad. The only downside with this place I don't like is there's a school right there next to this camp area. Not that I've got any problems with that, but you know, I don't want any issues. I mean, like kids screaming past when I'm trying to work. I'll be right back. Get my new camp chair out, which I just got. I'm very excited. See how that one looks. Lovely. It's a little bit narrow, but I get good support, and I believe if I lift up this, whoa, I can lay back. I wasn't expecting that. Lovely. All I need now is a beer. Well, and to clean up all this mess, because oh my god, it's bad. Well, I made it to the Queensland-New South Wales border. This beautiful big mural to Tenterfield Shire. I've noticed this is as good as New South Wales can come with, but us Queenslanders, welcome to Queensland. That's funny. Good old Casper, purring beautifully. Well, today is day 3 of my road trip. 3, I think. 1, 2, 3. Maybe 4. Goodness. I need to tidy things up. I'm starting to look a bit rough. So it's the goal I have is today I'm going to drive to Armidale. I got some work to do. I got a video call with a client, and then there's a campground just outside of Armidale that I'm going to go to, which looked pretty good. And then I'm pretty much going to stay there the night. So for this journey, I've got to drive about 1,300 kilometers, something like that, down into Melbourne, but I'm going to follow the coastal road. But I don't want to take too long to get down to where I'm going. So on the map here, I'll show you where I'm planning on going. But I haven't 100% decided whether I'm going to take the next step or if I'm just going to stay on this island or go to another island. I'm at this lake called Amidst Dam Conservation Reserve. It looks pretty cool, just outside of Armidale City. You can clearly do a walk around the actual lake. Might do that tomorrow. But I love how they, in Australia, we call things mound, since it's meant to be, I think, where is it? There it is. Oh, that's it there. Crazy. This dam's nice. What a beautiful sunset. Luckily for me, no crocs. What a beautiful spot that I've stayed at. I was here last night. Actually, I was here yesterday afternoon. I started working and then moved into one of the camp spots that became available last night. But I've been working all day and I haven't had a chance to get out and explore this lake. It's one thing to be traveling around the country and seeing beautiful places and working remotely and all that kind of romantic bullshit. But it means nothing if you don't get out of your van and actually see the towns you're in. And lately I've been working my ass off. So today I spent over 8 hours in my van working on a glorious day and have not had a chance until now, which is 5 o'clock at night, to come out and spend some time at this lake. It's pretty peaceful. Almost makes me want to get on a boat. When you decided you wanted to have some dinner and you're hungry and you made the burgers a little bit too big. got a little cold last night that even my stove froze. Well, that's not a good start for me. What an awesome little place. Got barbecues, picnic areas. Wow. You can go on this walk all the way along. Oh, you can go on this walk all the way around there. Wow. And then that's insane. That's a long way down. How cool would it be to go swimming in that pool down there? Or even the middle one there. That'd be awesome. Brilliant. Anyway, back to work. That was a nice little stop. Now, oh, frick. Hit the pole. Better check, make sure nothing happened to the front of my bull bar because it clipped. 1 sec. It's not a good start. Good-o, it was not that bad. It just rubbed a little bit on the bull bar, but nothing too dramatic. Alrighty, let's get back to where we're going. Dorrigo is where I'm trying to get to. This is a really beautiful part of the country, so I might time-lapse some of it.
Winter, summer, we got time. Lucid light. Yes or no, high or low. Whatever they do, we can do it better. Blinding smiles and on-point style. They can play well, but we foretell. But we foretell. I'm not joining our race.
Nothing worse when you got to reverse into these. Nothing worse. There's plenty of things that are worse. You got to reverse into these parking bays, but then someone comes up behind you and doesn't give you the space you need to be able to reverse in. It's pretty frustrating. All right, so let's get a hot chocolate and maybe something for afternoon tea, and I've got to get on with some work.
There's no heaven, there's no hell.
Of all the things to find is a statue of a leech with a buddy. All to the power of no.
Oh
I'm not going to do the full walk today because it's about 2.5 hour walk and I just don't have the time. I wish I did. Wow. Got to try and come here to Dorrigo if you can. I'm going to stop in on the way home, which will be a long way away, but I'll make more time for this particular walk because I think it's incredible. It's hard to tell how steep this is, but this is pretty steep. One of the fun things about having a YouTube channel and seeing different things is being the idiot talking to yourself in the camera in front of everyone. That's a hard thing to get over. And I suffer a lot of social anxiety and judgment and all that stuff. So doing this is really outside my comfort zone. In fact, I'm not even sure it resembles anything remotely close to the horizon of my comfort zone. Oh, I got to come back here. Oh my God. This rainforest walk just is beautiful. Oh, I'm going to come back, but I can't. I will. I want to keep going, but I can't. I have to get on the road. I've got to get over to Bellingen. I have to check out that little town. And then I have to hightail it. Hopefully this might give you an idea how steep this is. All right. And up we go. Whenever you're in a town and you are not sure where you're going to go, let's fix you up here, that's a bit better. When you're in a town, you're not sure where to go, like whether it's safe to park, things like that. I have a few places that are my go-tos for every town. And so that way I don't have to overthink it when I get there. The first thing I do is I drive around the town and just to see whether, the vibe of the place is, it's okay. But if I can't find anywhere obvious, these are my backups. And these are golden. The first thing I do is I seek out the hospital. The reason why I seek out the hospital is because you can park at the front and everyone just assumes you're inside. Not your van, but inside the hospital. So to me, that's a great spot. The other place I go to is outside the RSL, the Return Services League, or some sort of club like that. Not like a club, but like an adult club. And if you do get a knock on the door, you can just simply say you had too much to drink and you can't drive. They're not going to ask you to move on because they will get in trouble if you are forced to move on, right? So I do that. And then the other place I look at as well is, I go to in front of a church. As long as it's not on a Sunday morning. But the reason why you go in front of a church is because the church is, not very Christian of them, but they're not exactly going to ring up and ask you to move on, right? They're probably going to come out and ask if you need a coffee. So that's not where this one came from, by the way. I parked just on the road, man, just in town. And out the front of a cafe, which woke me up because all the shenanigans of everyone getting there at 6 a.m, like ungodly people, and having their coffee fix. Wow, this place is just stunning. The river is just crystal clear, and this is not normal in Australia. Normally it's muddy. But I can see all the way into the water way up there. Look how clear the water is. Well, at least I know there's no crocs. Way too south for crocs. But this is just crystal clear. I wonder how deep that is. The north coast of New South Wales is glorious, unlike my hair. But it is just beautiful. It's, you know, you get the rainforest, you've got the ocean, you've got, you know, a bit further west, you've got all the downs and things. Anyway, let's get back to good old Casper. There you are, Casper, waiting patiently. Welcome to Bellingen. This town of Bellingen, and everywhere's 1 hour parking. How are you supposed to see a town? Sit down, have a coffee or a lunch or something like that. With only 1 hour parking. Oh, give it a go. River is amazingly clear.
A few moments later.